Today is Wednesday, June 24th. And today is the feast of the birth of St. John the Baptist. So we'll take a break from Matthew for today and read from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 1. When the time arrived for Elizabeth to have her child, she gave birth to a son. Her neighbors and relatives heard that the Lord had shown his great mercy toward her, and they rejoiced with her. When it came on the 8th day to circumcise the child, they were going to call him Zechariah after his father. But his mother said in reply, "No, he will be called John." But they answered her, "There's no one among your relatives who has this name." So they made signs asking his father what he wished him to be called. He asked for a writing tablet and wrote, "John is his name." And all were amazed. Immediately his mouth was opened and his tongue freed, and he spoke, blessing God. Then fear came upon all their neighbors, and these matters were discussed throughout the hill country of Judea. All who heard these things took them to heart, saying, "What then will this child be? For surely the hand of the Lord was with him." The child grew and became strong in spirit, and he was in the desert until that day of his manifestation to Israel. The Gospel of the Lord. Hey, I just want to give a shout out, if you don't mind. One of our former employees, Alice, who worked here but suffered a stroke. Today's her birthday. So we want to wish a happy birthday to Miss Alice, and that the Lord continue to bring her healing. She's doing much better, thanks be to God. And now the big talk, these sports stations I follow, it's called the Mount Rushmore of whatever sport you want to say, The top 4 players, they have those presidents on the Mount Rushmore. And so there's always a large debate, Michael Jordan or LeBron James and Wilt Chamberlain and who knows. Mount Rushmore of anything, the top 4. I want to ask you, what would be your Mount Rushmore of saints? The top 4 saints. Go ahead. What do you think fits the top 4? I guess we probably think Mary got to be there. Maybe St. Joseph, I don't know. Maybe you have your own particular favorite saint, St. Therese, St. Paul. Think about it. You have Mount Rushmore, the top 4 saints. Even if I extended to 10 saints, I bet you that majority, if not all, wouldn't have John the Baptist. I don't think he comes to mind, right? I don't think so. When we think of great saints, I don't think he immediately comes to mind. I mean, you think about his life, he was different. I mean, honestly, it was strange. I mean, we call him odd in the desert, and locust and camel here. But he's special. Only 3 people in the New Testament we celebrate their births. Jesus' birth, the birth of Mary, and John the Baptist. So it's interesting how God sees greatness and how we judge greatness. We think you got to be famous, you got to do great things, you got to be, perform miracles, whatever. But that's not how God sees it. It's those who do God's will. For those who are humble and simply seek to serve God, to be his servant, to be his instrument. Therefore, that includes us. Don't dismiss yourself, You may not get a statue or a stained glass window named after you, but it's simply being obedient, doing what God wants you to do. The world may not recognize you, but God will. God bless you.